Good evening and welcome to the 9320 Group live podcast where nothing is scripted and everything is funny. We have tonight Andy from Tenerife. He's still not back from his holiday. I don't know why he's gone from Turkey to Tenerife, but he's just disappeared for a few days. I think he's getting a gastric ban this time, apparently. And then we've got John, we've got Anne-Marie, and we've got Paul. Good evening, guys.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Listen, let's cut the shit and get into it.
Oh, Andy's on one tonight.
Oh, look at Andy. Andy's had the pink stuff.
Right. Let's cut it. How the hell was that not an offside yesterday?
Yeah.
Come on, answer me.
With no answer. That's just it, with no answer.
Well, that was it. Thanks, folks, and we'll see you next week.
People say there's no corruption in football. That proved yesterday there's corruption in football.
Oh, yeah, in the highest level.
Yeah, because, listen, they don't score their first goal. They don't score the second one. Simple as that.
No, they don't.
But how do you think we played yesterday?
First half, dire, basically. Second half wasn't much better, but we'd played better than them.
I thought we controlled it. We retained the ball quite well. There's no arguments because Pep picked probably arguably our strongest available lineup and played them all in the right positions.
Yeah, they might be the strongest, but they're not the most in form.
I agree with that.
Nobody else if you play the players in the right positions, like against Southampton, Pep put Walker at centre-back.
Yep.
You know, I think Pep's visited one of these coffee shops over here in Tenerife at times.
No, he just come back from Amsterdam, hasn't he?
That's what the coffee shops are over here, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Right. But, yeah.
They like that in Turkey.
But we control the game, yeah?
We did.
You know, the retention of the ball was a lot better. Grealish was good when he come on.
Yep.
But for that goal to be given, I said to Adam, fellow Adam,
Andy, sorry, can I just stop you mid-rant? Adam seems to have had your hair transplant, mate. Did you get the bookings mixed up? He's got loads more, and you've got less.
It just had Mr. A Savage. He didn't realise it, and Adam took it. I've missed out on the.
Yeah.
Right. So
I know.
Right. So we was watching it in a bar over here, and it's quite a few rags in there and stuff like that. There was a family of three from London who all supported different London clubs. There was an Arsenal fan, there was a Chelsea fan, and a United fan, all from the same family. All
right,
London
okay.
clubs, yeah. So, to be fair, they was fair, but we had rags in front, and we also had Liverpool fans, and they cheered the United goals.
What?
I swear to God, they cheered when United scored the goals. Honestly,
Yeah, and I cheered when Brighton scored the 3 goals yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I was doing the equivalent of a knee slide in front of them.
Oh, I bet you were. Did you stay for the game?
Yeah, too right.
Oh, even better.
But there was these 2 Liverpool fans who cheered the United goals. So there was only them 2 initially in the Liverpool shirts. So when the family come in later, there was about 15 plus of them all on the big table. So I had to drop the bombshell to the family.
Did you have mustaches and curly wigs and Chelsea?
Yeah, I just told them to calm down. But honestly, so when the family come in, I told the family exactly what they was doing, and they wasn't amused that they was cheering the United goals. But that's the mentality. Now Liverpool fans cheering when United score, really?
Well, I think Liverpool are really, really trying to set a rivalry with City. And I think a lot of our fans have forgotten about the rivalry with United. And
that was evident yesterday, the way it was kicking off as well.
well,
let's not forget there was police brutality there at the theatre of scaffolding as well yesterday.
Yeah, but the thing is, people say about Liverpool, yeah, they've been our title challengers, but they're not our main rivals. Our main rivals are in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
Not for a certain fan base. I mean, for us, this age on here,
Yep.
we hate United. We hate United. Yeah, but for newer fans, the rivalries between Liverpool. Yeah, newer fans. Yeah, the rivalries with Liverpool because they've been rivals on the pitch, and with social media, we have to interact with them. Where we didn't have to interact with Scousers because we didn't really know them. We didn't get involved with them,
and we can't understand them.
And that as well. I mean, what happened yesterday? I mean, I've not seen this police brutality thing, so I don't know what that's all about. I've not seen anything, but the game yesterday was crying out for pace. It was crying out for moving that ball. If we'd have played like we played last season, we'd have absolutely dicked them totally. Because United yesterday were, they parked the bus, they let us play to them, and they were hoping to catch us on the break with Rashford and the pace they've got. That's all they were doing. That's all they were doing. Now, if anybody thinks that United have improved, the results might have improved, might have got better, but they're nowhere near our level. But we let them dominate us yesterday at key times. Yes, we passed the ball about, and we had 90% possession at times, but we weren't doing anything with it. They were quite happy to let us have the ball yesterday because we weren't doing anything. We weren't creating for Haaland. We were playing like having a false number 9, but when we had a number 9, if that makes sense, we got nothing through to Haaland at all yesterday. And if you're going to play him, you've got to play to his strengths. The team has to be set up for it.
Yep.
And we're lacking in pace.
There was,
and I don't mean individual players with pace. I just mean there's no intensity. There's no press. There's no nothing. We got to
the penalty area and it was just passed around the box.
Yeah.
Right, listen.
And it was all too slow.
Let me throw some at you then. I don't think we're lacking pace. I reckon we're lacking form.
No, I don't mean. I said that, Andy. I don't mean individual pace. I mean Rodri's got no pace, but he doesn't need it. I don't mean individual pace. I mean the pace of the game. There's no intensity
and things like that.
Yeah. There's no. There was no. We used to play slow, quick.
When Grealish came on, it sped up a lot more.
Absolutely.
It
did.
Looked
a different team.
Yep.
They looked a different team when he came on, but then we've got a controversial decision, which was massively. I said, right. I always say before derbies, I hate derbies. Right. I hate derbies with a passion. Hate them. I wish they never existed because I'm traumatized by them, from growing up.
You've never grown up.
I know, in high five, I know. Oh, man. In fact, no, you're right. I've not grown up at all, have I?
No.
The whole thing with derbies is I hate a lot of it. But I always say, as long as there's no controversy, as long as the best team on the day wins, without any, controversy around the result, I'm not bothered. Well, that's why I don't like derbies, because that's what we got yesterday. We got, that goal at that time of the game gave they were done. United were done.
Yeah.
They were hanging on, and it gave them that goal was given to them because there's nobody. I don't know anybody, and even Rio Ferdinand had his tongue stuck in his cheek yesterday. When he was saying,
"Did Camel Gob have the
Yeah, no, he didn't. He loved it, and that decision yesterday for me is a case of if that went for you, you'd think, oh, we got away with that.
Yeah.
Every other team who that'd go against would be crying about it like we are.
Yep.
Listen. If that had been for us, I'd have been embarrassed to celebrate the win, but I'd have took the Michael out of United fans by and said, "Oh, look at that goal! What we beat you with."
I know.
That's the difference. And I've got one important thing to say. I'm going for my tea now, guys, and a quick beer. So enjoy the rest of the podcast, and we'll be back to normal next week.
Oh, it's all about the food, isn't it? It's all about self.
Self-catering, yeah.
Listen, is it your last meal because of your gastric band you're having fitted? Is it the last big meal you can have?
Funny,
I heard you were fitting two.
One of them around his mouth.
Round his neck with a bit of luck.
And Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone now.
Gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's lost connection.
We can say what we want now.
Yeah, right.
Right, carry on, Paul. Anyway, he's having a rant.
Yeah, and there's no way anybody. I've not seen anybody apart from some idiot United fans who have actually some even to the letter of the law. It's wrong.
Yeah.
You read the rules back. He's interfering. He's in. Some people say, oh, when somebody shoots from outside the box and someone's in an offside position, they sort of say, well, was he in the sight of the goalkeeper? Was the goalkeeper put off by him? And that is the argument. But that wasn't the case. He ran along with the ball. He ran alongside protecting that ball.
Yeah, both feet on either side of it.
He wasn't there. I can't do it.
Well, a keeper had probably come and collected it or something. It was just I can't.
No, I still can't believe it happened. I still can't believe it happened.
Did VAR give the goal, or was it just the referee?
Just the referee. The referee overturned it, but VAR did not get involved, and the referee was wrong in doing that because VAR should have overturned it, not him.
Well, did the linesman flag for it?
Yes, he did. But once the goal had gone in, he flagged.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're supposed to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not in days of old.
Well, no. But I mean, it's modern way of doing it. They wait to see what progresses.
What should have happened? What should have happened, really, is Akanji should have just wiped Rashford out.
That's what I was going to say. All that's done now is giving somebody the green light because he shouldn't be there, should he, Rashford? He's too close to the ball.
Yep.
So just wipe him out and knock him straight into the next street. You'll get a red card.
No, he won't. He won't get anything because he's offside.
Hang on.
Listen, let me walk it through. He'll get a red card. It'll get overturned by VAR because that wasn't that. That was in the game was at that point.
Yeah.
Because the initial offence was the offside.
Yep.
And you go back to that, and it's absolutely ludicrous. Now, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of Rashford being there, and then when you take him out.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Now, there's two things that goes on in your head there. That either Rashford knew if he did things right that Bruno Fernandes could have got that ball and scored. Quite clearly, that wasn't going to happen.
No.
Because both Akanji and Edison could have come out and just cleared the ball straight out.
Of course they
so
could.
The only way you could get around that was by shuffling and herding it and shepherding it through.
Interfering with play.
Of course, than that, he's interfering with play.
Thing is, if he wasn't there, then Edison would have been a lot further out of his goal anyway. And he would have cleared it, no problem.
He'd have just come and collected it or cleared it.
He was set up to save, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Behind the goal, he was set up to save Greenwood's shot. So it's interfering with play. There's no doubt about it.
There's no. Whichever way you look at it, that was a total cock-up.
Well, I'll tell you, there's only one way to look at it, and you'll love this. Is 2013 the last time United won the league?
Yeah.
2014, Webb retired.
Yeah.
And now he's back.
He becomes head of the referees, and whoa, lo and behold, Man United are back in the title race.
They can't keep changing. They've changed. Because he's come in now, and apparently he's saying we want they want to go back to how we originally thought VAR was going to be, where, you know, it's a clear and obvious mistake.
They don't get involved.
So, but you can't do that halfway through the season again. You can't change that, because obviously, if that's what happened yesterday, then everyone else is still playing to them the way the PGM all was doing it last season or the beginning of this season. So again, they're moving the goalposts to suit the narrative of how the season's going.
The thing is,
and it's corrupt.
Yeah,
the thing is, though, is no matter how we look at it, how it's got to be down to the English officials, because there was no problem with VAR at the World Cup.
No,
I can't remember anything where it was like, "Oof, that really is controversial." Not at the World Cup.
It worked quite well, didn't it? Really,
and
I thought it
if
worked
it
all
was
right.
controversial, VAR sorted it, and everyone went,
Yeah.
"Well, fair enough. We can see the thought, and we can see the thread," and that was the end of it.
Yeah,
It's shambles. And
Yeah,
the only
it is.
difference is the officials.
Yep.
and it can only be corrupt.
And it's not just us, though, is it?
It can only be it.
It happened a couple of weeks ago when Salah was sat offside and the lad had to play the ball.
Wolves. That one, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that time when Wolves had the goal disallowed because there was only 4 players behind the ball.
Yeah.
It's just a shambles.
And they said then they didn't have the right angle to overturn it.
So somebody took that angle down, or they've been lying for the last however many years they've had that.
Yeah. It's listen, before I was giving it benefit of the doubt because I'm thinking, you know, this is, you know, there's that many things that are cocked up. They're given the benefit of the doubt. There's only one answer to what's going on over the last few years since VAR kicked in, and it's corruption. It's max fixing corruption at
It's
the
a way
highest
to
level
fix games.
to make, and I don't know whether it's for, I don't even think it's for betting purposes.
Nope.
I think it's to
TV.
make the Premier League more exciting. These goodies and these baddies, and they try to get that narrative. And the way the commentators do it, the way the pundits perform, it's all part and parcel of the whole WWF style franchise they've got now.
The season's just gone, but I think you're right, Liz. It certainly is a pantomime at the moment.
I think we've got bigger issues.
Oh, no, they haven't.
Because VAR didn't even interfere yesterday with that goal. So we can't blame VAR for it. But for me, we as a club have got bigger issues, because you look at that performance on Wednesday night against Southampton, and it was an absolute disgrace.
Yes, it was.
You know, and I feel sorry for all the City fans that went to that game, because we just did not show up at all.
You know, I know people that took half a day off work, spent a fortune getting down there, even stayed overnight. You know,
and it just wasn't on.
They spent, you know, they must have spent near on £400 or £500 for that one game, probably, because it's midweek.
Yeah,
and then for them to turn up like that.
Yeah, it's just not good enough.
No, it's not.
And I think, well, it was a slight improvement in the second half yesterday. It wasn't much of one. And we've got to look and see, what is the problem? Is it that they've got too used to winning and now they've not got the heart for it? Is it that the players aren't playing as well as they can? Or is it because we've now got a centre forward?
It's a little bit.
I think it could be that we're going through a transition and they're changing to a different style of play, and they're not used to it whatsoever. And they keep trying to revert back to the old way, and then the new way, and the old way, and it's just, I don't think they couldn't know where they're coming and going from.
I
think Pep's got it all in his head, but the players haven't.
Yeah, but we're not creating anywhere near enough chances.
No, we're not.
No, I'll tell you what's happened is...
one chance in 2 games.
Yeah, one shot on target in 2 games.
You're right, but we knew in summer that when Ireland came, we were going to have to change the way we were going to play, and it was going to take a little bit of time. The big problem, the difference between now and how we were playing 4 months ago, is the World Cup. We've had players there playing 3,000 plus. We've had 16 players. Nobody else has had that many out there. We've had players playing 3,000 minutes. We've also had players doing God knows what. They're with the country. We don't know what they were doing training. They don't know what they were going on. They've been used to doing things one way, then they've had to go and do it another way, and now they've got to come back and all that lot.
And the disappointment of going out of the World Cup, things like that as well, like Kev De Bruyne, you know what I mean?
There's all sorts of things. I mean, some people must have had some right garbage put in their heads that month when they were away. Oh no, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. So they should really have had a 2-week, 3-week break when they all came back from the World Cup. We were playing in the Carling Cup 3 days later, weren't they, when it finished?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But they're playing like a team that's confused, and they are. You can't just switch from one and then switch to the other. It's not going to happen.
But it's like Anne-Marie said about the Southampton gear, though. It would actually help if Pep played him in the right, correct positions.
Yeah, but I don't think he's done that to give people minutes and whatever. You know what he's like in the grand scheme of things.
But Kyle Walker's not a centre back, is he?
Doesn't matter. He didn't need the minutes. He needed other people to get minutes. He needed Cancelo to play there so that he didn't come here at the weekend fresh. He doesn't think like that. He put Ireland in net if he thought right 3 more people could get minutes, get them up and running. Because all he'll ever do is make sure that the squad is fresh enough, or at least got minutes in the tank to be able to do something.
Yeah, but then that worries me for the likes of Thursday when we're playing Tottenham.
Yeah, but he's not good. He's not going to do it. I mean, as far as we know, he's put that team out for Southampton so that he can prepare for United and Tottenham. Did you want somebody playing?
It worked, did it?
Did you want all 3? Well, that's not his fault, that. But did you want somebody playing all 3 games?
Well, Arsenal are doing it at the moment.
That won't happen.
Arsenal are playing the same team near enough every game.
Arsenal haven't got half the... They're playing in the... what's it called, haven't they? They've been playing in that thing. They don't have to. They've made the changes. They've not got a season like ours.
No, they haven't. No, but they're still playing every game.
Well, let's see then in March.
Maybe going out the Carabao Cup is a blessing in disguise then.
Maybe.
I think it is. If you look back when Pep first turned up at City, can you remember how? I remember how disappointed I was, because I expected to turn up and everything was going to be, oh my God. And can you remember how we were playing at first when he came?
Yeah.
And there was players just like they couldn't string passes together. And if you saw how many times we've given the ball away, not under pressure, unforced errors. It's been, you could normally count them on one hand in a game. I've given up counting. If you look at Southampton, that first goal, I think we gave the ball away 3 times in a short package of play. And we just not got that intensity. And players look like they're caught in 2 minds, whether to hit a long ball, pass it around. Rodri had plenty of opportunity to put a ball through for Haaland against United.
Yep.
And there was a
Kevin
couple
De Bruyne
of
did as well.
And Kevin De Bruyne, and for whatever reason, they didn't put that pass through.
Nope.
And I don't know why. I don't know whether they were caught in 2 minds or...
I rewatched the game, and like you say, there was plenty of chances to put the ball through. And he did the runs. He did everything right.
He did the run,
But they didn't get him to him.
No. And you could see the frustration.
Yep.
On Haaland's last 2 matches, you can see that frustration because they were doing it and they're not doing it now for whatever reason. Now, City, for me, this season, forget Haaland's goals, forget that, because I don't think we've played well all season. We're certainly below what our expectations have been over the last few seasons. Haaland's come in, and we've all been raving about Haaland because he has been putting balls in the back of the net, a massive amount he's put in.
Yep.
But as a team, we've not been playing as good. But because he's been putting them goals in, we've kind of brushed over the team performance.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at this team performance, and it's not been great all season. De Bruyne, he's been pretty, apart from some amazing things which he can do, but He can do for 85 minutes. He can be punked, and then for 5 minutes he'll stick a ball through. We said this last week.
Yep.
Phil Foden, non-existent.
Yeah.
Non-existent.
He's been non-existent for weeks now.
Yeah, since the World Cup.
Yep.
You know, he was all right before the World Cup. He's been non-existent since that World Cup. I don't know what's going on, whether it's off the field, whether he's had his confidence knocked by not getting minutes for England. I don't know. We don't know. We'll never know until his book comes out or something.
2 weeks with back today, whatever his name is, the England manager. That's going to knock your confidence. Having to listen to him for a month. Jesus.
10 minutes. Whoa. 10 minutes of that, Herbert.
He's probably getting an outslighted off Pep for falling asleep in the middle of team meetings. It's just
yeah. But one thing that I sort of picked up on was the Calvin Phillips thing. When he came back, he said he's not fit and he's done this, he's done that. I think that is also a stab at the England setup, because I think he was basically saying they've gone there and they've been basically ruined.
Yeah.
They've gone ahead, either the training's wrong, the food's wrong, the regime's wrong, whatever. I think that was a bit of a... Now I've seen what's been going on with a few of the England players who have come back to City. I've seen the performances, so that makes me wonder whether he was having a bit of a stab there at the England setup.
Yeah. Hey, one positive though, Riz, after all that, is we did get further in the Caribou Cup this year than we did last year, so that's a plus.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Hey, we're improving every year. Every year we're improving.
Yeah. And on a bright note for this weekend, City women have just beaten West Ham 1-0.
They have, Anne-Marie. Yeah.
Another good 3 points.
Just seeing that.
Who scored?
Bunny.
Have a guess. Bunny Ireland.
Bunny Ireland.
That's the thing, though. When
they'd make a lovely couple, wouldn't they?
Oh, Jesus. Imagine their kids. They'd be like 19. Head notes. That's the thing, though, isn't it? We were saying it last week, and we were saying it back in summer, that once Ireland came, it's going to take time to adapt. As it happened, it seemed to not...
It seemed to work straight away, didn't it?
Yeah, but with a lot of things, straight away, things like that, you know at some point you're going to hit a bump. And I just think we've hit that bump at the moment.
Well, teams are doubling up and tripling up on him now.
Yeah, they are. And it's up to us then to find out who are the right players to be in them spaces that are being created by him pulling people out. And also, we've got a lot, we're playing against, at one point, there was 11 players from Leeds behind the ball.
Yeah.
We used to have 5 or 6 players behind the ball and we were complaining. Now it's up to 8 or 9, including United, including Liverpool.
Yeah.
There's nobody that will come to me. The only one who had half a chance was Brentford. And to be fair to them, they were full credit for that win. Not got a single problem with them. I think they've done well.
There'll be people listening to this podcast and they'll be going, oh, God, listen to you. You're second in the league. You're second in the league. You know, look at you. You've not been through... No, listen, we've all been through
We've all been through it.
We've all been through them dodgy days. What we're sat here doing is analysing it and trying to make sense of it. We're not slagging off. We're not, you know, we're quite optimistic. We're trying to be optimistic here, but we're just, as Infram Catchphrase used to say, we're saying what we saw, and we've seen this decline. And I like to think that, I listen to other podcasts, and I like to think we're very honest on here. And, you know, it's, you know, Anne-Marie's a bit biased when it comes to Mahrez because of the love that's involved there. But everybody else, you know, if we've played badly, we'll say we've played badly, but we'll say why we've played badly. You know, we don't just say, oh, he's rubbish and he's rubbish. So, you know, there'll be people listening to this and they're thinking, oh, listen to him. Listen, I've been there in the darkest of times and my standards are higher now, a lot higher. Yeah. So we're all, you know, we're all match goers. We can all have our opinion, as everyone can have an opinion. But, you know, this is, to me, we're sat here as an honest appraisal, and it's just not been good enough by our standards. And like Anne-Marie said, there's something missing, something not right. And Gundogan came out and made a statement, didn't he? And, you know, it makes we had this problem. Was it Rubinho? What's he called? He's going to be gone a season. What's he called?
Once they've left, there is the dead.
Fernandinho, that's him. I always get mixed up with Brazilians. Oh, and always at the end. He had the same thing where they got all the players together, didn't he? And he had a bit of, Pep, stay out of the room. We're going to have a conversation with the players here. And I get that feeling that maybe that's what Gundogan was sort of
hinting at.
Yes, yeah. Because it does sound like they've had a bit of a meeting, doesn't it?
Well, to be honest with you, I think at the moment what's going on is that there are certain different thoughts of what's going on, and this is because we're going through a transition, and when you go through a transition, you're always going to have a bumpy bit, and we're in that bumpy bit at the moment. Come April, May, as long as it's been sorted out by there and we're still in it, we can still win the league, we can still win the Champions League.
Oh yeah, there's still half a season to go yet.
Yeah, no, I still believe we'll win the league.
Yeah,
I do. Pep said yesterday, didn't he, in the interview, that we're out of the cup and the league's done. Is he just sort of covering stuff there?
I think he's just trying to take the pressure off the players.
Yeah, I do as well. There's no way Pep will throw the League Cup. I
do think he's concentrating on the Champions League this season, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Because I reckon he's given himself 2 years to win it. And then if he hasn't, he'll go.
I mean, you read some nonsense though. Sometimes you like saying, "Oh, things aren't right behind the scenes, and it's a huge mess." And Pep's given up. He said that he's not bothered if we don't win the league, and he'll walk at the end of the season. When you read that on City places, you're thinking,
well, there's a lot of City
going through your head.
There's a lot of City clickbait websites that I like on Twitter, and they're supposed to be for the fans, but they're not. All they want to do is basically slate everything and pass everything on, and it's just scaremongering, and it's like the things they say sometimes. It's negative stuff. Yeah. It's like half of them I don't follow on Twitter because they just talk rubbish most of the time.
I've got a fan list twice as long as my arm with just City fans. It's like,
am I on it?
There's two types of sites out there for me. There's those who are definitely, City fans running a site for, like we do. We do. We don't do it for money. We do it for the fun. There's a lot of fans out there.
Don't you get paid, Paul? Don't you get paid?
Did you not get your check up, Andy?
Hang on a minute. Did somebody mention money? I know Anne-Marie.
He was on last week. That's why he's in Lanzarote. I'm going next week.
This is ridiculous. Anne-Marie, are you aware of this stunning situation?
Of course I am.
She's got the company Lanzarote house for February.
Well, this is Paul from Prestige Car Repairs on his last podcast.
You can join in if you want, mate. Don't worry.
I'll do it for free, mate. I just love it. I just love being on here with you. I'll do it for free, mate. But you've got a lot of these Twitter, Facebook accounts, and it's all about the money.
Yeah.
They found a way to, do they call them aggregate sites or something? Is it something like that where they basically troll the internet and stick everything on one place for everybody? Is that what? I don't know. I'm not up with it. It took me 20 minutes to get back online after being away for a week. I'm not up to it. But, I get that. If that's what they set themselves up to do, if they want to just basically regurgitate what everybody else is saying, I sort of get that. But you've got to accept that that's what they're doing rather than promoting stuff about City. I mean, I one of my customers runs one of those, and at first it used to annoy me, and we did have a bit of a fallout on Twitter about it. But I've sort of realised what they do now, and he makes money out of it, and all he's doing is consolidating everything into one place.
Yeah.
Not people think he's promoting the bad stuff, but he's just putting everything out there. Sometimes I think, I wish he hadn't put that out because people are jumping on it. Well, that's that. I was that to interpret what they're putting out and whether we believe it.
You know, obviously, when you look at our group on Facebook, we very rarely put out the bad stuff.
Yeah, but we're not doing it for money, are we?
No, but a lot of the stuff we're putting on is factual. We don't put on. We've signed.
Yeah, we don't put anything on for reactions, do we?
No, until
exactly.
City have actually officially announced it. And
I'll put stuff on if it's interesting and it's something a little bit different than you normally get. And I think maybe people, will read it. But those aggregate gates, they always make me laugh because all they're doing is just like you say, regurgitating the news. And then somebody will be on there saying, yeah, but you said this and you said that. And you're thinking, no, they haven't.
No, they didn't.
That.
No,
just saying
they've quoted. They've quoted someone else. Yeah, I get it.
What are you doing?
And,
with them?
Yeah.
Now, what do you do if you've got somebody like Miguel De Luni or one of the other on that WhatsApp squad? You can't, if you're doing them aggregate things, you can't ignore them because it is part of the whole narrative of the club. But that's not necessarily the views of the owner of the site. If you see, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's like
quite handy.
There are some sites out there that are misconstrued. I think a lot of people take the fact that they've got hundreds of thousands of followers. They take it as it's fact that it's been fact checked. Yeah. They haven't. They just literally, however they do it, whatever they do, whether they have a computer system, copy paste, whatever. I don't know how they do it. I'll ask him when he comes in. Yeah. But that's up to us to determine what's going on. I don't think some people take what certain people say as fact. There's certain people out there who have lots of followers that when they say something, everybody thinks, oh, that must be right because he said it.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily so.
Well,
it's not their opinion, a lot of it. Not necessarily so, yeah.
The only one that will get away with that is where they know what they're talking about is this podcast.
I think you're right.
And if you listen to it, I
think it's the in the know account. The in the know accounts are the ones that bug me. Where Phyllis, a source at City has done it. It's Phyllis the tea lady.
I love them because
the
reactions.
Yeah,
I love to see the reactions because that's it. Then people get so involved in it, and it's like, but he definitely said he was coming, and it's like.
I know, and you're like, and they start getting death threats then, don't they? People give them death. I've done it before with football kits. The new kit's coming out. Just to be a bit mischievous, I've sort of like put it out there that, this is definitely the new kit. I have it 100%. And it gets loads of people going on about it and all the rest of it. And it's one of the most interactive things they do. Nothing like Celebrity John does, obviously. I'm in the thousands where he's in the billions, you know what I mean? And it's nothing like that, but it just shows you how you can hoodwink people because I've got 3,500 followers and my site's mainly about City.
When it should be about cars.
Exactly, yeah, it should. But nobody bothers when I post something about a car, nothing happens. Post something about City and it gets the reaction, so hey.
I thought you were those stolen car for years.
That was in a former life. That was when I lived in Failsworth.
No, the poor lad who did that died a few years ago. He was a genuinely funny poster, but but just with you being in the cars and everything else, I thought you might have had Gaudino or something. He was interested in cars, wasn't it? It's just a shame it was other people's.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good at no keys. Yeah. But no, I just a lot of emotions came up again watching that game at weekend, and it brought back to me how much I hate the derby. And the other thing is, don't change your routines, folks. I'm not into all this, but We were 0-0 at half time, and my next door neighbour, who's a United fan, said, "Why don't you pop up on the? I'll have a few beers." So I went up and had a couple of beers. He went into the kitchen to get another can, and they scored. He sat back down. I drank my beer in disgust and throwing things around. He went back in the kitchen to get me another beer, and they scored again. So I just said to him, "That's it. Sit down. Don't move. I ain't coming round here watching again. That's it. I ain't going round to his house watching again."
You were blaming you then, Riz?
Blame me.
I was lucky I learnt that one early on. We watched the Tottenham Cup final on the Saturday, me and my mate at our house. And then we watched the replay at his house. And I turned around and said, "I told you we should have stayed at our house." I've never forgiven him, and I've never forgiven myself for being
So when Andy comes back, and if we start winning again, does that mean he can never get rid of his gastric band?
Yes.
I think he'll burst that band anyway.
You reckon?
Yeah, you could put a Jubilee clip round that gut of his, and it's not gonna stop him eating. You know, can you imagine he's gonna come back? We're not gonna recognise him. He's gonna have fancy teeth. He's obviously his son was trying his new hair out for him there, wasn't he? I think.
Yeah.
I think Adam had Andy's hair on just to sort of make it look like it. You know, like I'm not really in Turkey. I'm in Tenerife. I think that's where he was. But then he's gonna have lost all that weight. He's going to look like Mary. God help him, Anne-Marie's going to be Mrs. Savage.
All over him.
Be careful.
Did you see Adam's moving there a little bit? I don't think it's took, has it? It needs to get back to its rightful owner.
It's a good job the wind. It's a good job the wind was low, because if it had got up there, it'd been off.
But one of them, wouldn't it?
Hey.
Hey, never mind. Anyway, back to the football.
I'm doing it while I can still get a fringe.
So next game,
I've got
Tottenham.
Thursday. That Tottenham, isn't it?
Yep. Are you going, Paul?
Where's it at?
At the Etihad.
Yeah, I'll be going then.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be
Make
going.
sure you finish work on time.
I'll have to get out a bit early to go to that, but yeah, I'll be going. I hate Spurs.
And I bet you the same Tottenham doesn't turn up that played today.
Not a chance. And you know who's going to be manager of the match, man of the match. Loris.
Yeah.
He'll come out.
All he could do with Arsenal today is just throw one in back in net for him.
Yeah. Get his mistake out of the way before they come and play us. That's another team. Honest to God, I hate Tottenham.
I do. I do. I'm with you on that, and it was out of that cup game that started off with that Tommy Hutchinson semi-final, and
then the Champions League.
It ruined my birthday.
They're just one of those teams that just seem to get at you, don't they?
Yeah, and I hate the fans as well.
Well, it's like when we went down to watch the Champions League game when Aguero missed that penalty.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. It's just.
I hate that anti-Semitic thing as well, where, you know, it's all right for them to say the words, but
yeah,
as soon
but we
as we
can't say it. Yeah.
No, that wine. I hate that.
That's the same as the Chelsea, isn't it? With this.
Yeah.
You know
the rent boy thing.
Yeah, but they say it, but nobody else is allowed to.
I know. That's where it's gone bad.
It has.
Have you got anything like that?
I'm not even saying the world's gone mad, because it hasn't. I think it's just Britain.
No, it has. The world's gone mad.
The world has gone mad, John.
The world's gone mad. Don't worry about that, John. The world's gone mad.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's not as mad as it, but it has gone mad.
Yeah, but
this is a
not all the world. Where Paul was at Gambia, it's fine there.
All right. They, you know what? They just crack on.
Well, they let him get married. What sort of lunatic could allow him to get married?
Yeah, that's true.
He snuck up on me. I didn't know anything about it. If I'd have known, I'd have been out there and sorted it out. But
why do you think we told no one?
Yeah, because nobody else in the same country would let you do it.
Exactly. Right. You have to do it in a village. In the middle of nowhere, and I have to convert to Muslim and everything.
Where nobody knew him.
The thing is, though, with him getting married over in Gambia now, he can actually have more than one wife.
Well,
more than one.
Well, you said that, and I was about to get to this point. the guy who was officiating, I don't like to call him a reverend, I don't know what he was, but it was the justice, or what we'll call him, a justice. And he sort of said to me, part of
the rest of the match the other day.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, he turned around and he said to me, in the laws of this country, if you ever split up with your wife, you will be a bigamist and accountable to this court. And I thought, honestly, my legs went a bit wobbly. My legs, and I thought, what have I just done? What have I just signed? I've just signed it here. What have I just signed up to? Nobody told me about that. I mean, they still have beheadings. They still have beheadings.
Not going back to Gambia.
No, I love it. I love it out there. And like you said, they get it. The racism thing out there. I was telling them all about it over here, and they were laughing their heads off. They said, that's not racism. I was talking about that woman, you know, that lady, whatever it was, with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling
asking
them about
where she was from.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, what was she wearing? So I said, pretty much what my wife was wearing for the wedding. And he went, and she was in England. I said, yeah. He said, I'd have asked her where she was from, what village. and honestly, that's what they said, and they couldn't believe it.
Is that right, though? On the poster outside the church or where you got married, that they had your name and everything, and underneath it just said rubbish cars.
Yeah.
The only thing they knew about you.
Yeah, that's all they know.
Rubbish.
They know that's. I don't tell them much. They don't have social media out there. The Wi-Fi is rubbish, so I can get away with it. They don't do it now.
Right. So what do we think on Thursday then? What do you reckon?
Well, what's happening Thursday? Tottenham.
I think the rumbling.
Oh yeah, Tottenham.
Do you reckon we'll have a good game, or do you reckon it'll just be usual Tottenham?
Usual Tottenham.
But if we, even when we're playing well, we have a usual Tottenham, don't we?
Yeah.
So I'd like to think, going on the psychology of it all, that we'll not have a usual Tottenham and we'll win because of the way we're playing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Because we normally play good and lose, you mean?
Yeah. I think we'll just play like we have been doing and win.
Yeah.
So I think there's a bit of reverse psychology in it.
Can't we wheel out Jacko for a one-off special occasion?
Yeah, score 4 against him again.
Yeah, he had the measure of it.
He certainly did.
Yeah, we just...
But the thing is, them days we used to play on the counter, didn't we? We don't do that anymore now. Everybody plays on the counter against us now.
Yeah.
It's a totally different situation.
We don't seem to have the key to unlock teams anymore like we used to.
You know what, though? Seriously, it wouldn't bother me one day if we just spent 5 minutes tippy-tapping the ball in our own half. Right? Away, not at home, because we don't want to upset the home fans, but away. Just tippy-toed around in our own half, and then waiting for them. And if they're not moving, just shrug your shoulders and say, well, you know, we'll get a point here. Doesn't matter. You've got to beat us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when
the thing is, most teams will be happy with that, though.
Over the top, and away you go. It's not going to happen, but I'd love to see it one day.
Yeah, it'll be nice, wouldn't it? If we won the league,
well, surely after that,
with 2 games to go.
Surely after that goal that got allowed yesterday, we should be able to do anything like that now. Harlan should be able to stand up next to goals now, shouldn't he?
It's going to be interesting when he stood on the penalty spot and the ball gets launched forward.
Yeah. You know, all you have to do is not touch it and somebody else can run up and score it.
Well,
we've not got anybody fast enough anymore.
What this has created for me, this has created a loophole that they just opened up. They brought offside in to stop goal hanging.
Yeah.
But now, the way they're interpreting that offside rule, it's going to bring goal hanging back in. Because you can just stick a defender, an attacker, or anybody sort of on the box or in the box next to the goalkeeper, chatting to him, putting him off, and hoof the ball up, and do nothing. Not get involved in it, or just stand near the ball and not touch it, you know.
Yep.
And then the second you realise that your attack might not work out, just nip over and kick the ball out, and then you'll go, offside, you know.
Offside, yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah. And what's that going to do to the game?
Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be like table football, won't it?
we play a high line all the time. And that yesterday has totally ruined it. Because I think, like I put a tweet out saying today that I think the Premier League and the FA just want to play a hoofball. That's all they want. Just knock it from one end to the other. Bring Mourinho back if that's the way, because that's his tactics.
Yeah, Wimbledon will be making a resurrection, won't they?
Oh,
Vinnie
yeah.
Jones will be coming out of retirement.
Stoke will be winning Premier League in 2 years.
Yeah. Rory Delap, they'll be bringing back the Dilapidator to make them long throw-ins.
It's going to
be great.
Fuming. Tony Pulis will be fuming. He was 10 years ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Certainly was.
Yeah. No, it is, though. I can see teams now. I can see teams doing it. And what are the FA going to do about it?
Oh, they'll change the rules now United have got the win.
Well, they've not come out and apologised or said anything. They had it all done and dusted this time after the Villa game, wasn't it? When
Yeah,
I
know.
Yeah, they came out and apologised, and
when that centre back couldn't control the ball.
Yeah,
and it came
the shambles.
Not his, not from us. It was it's a shambles.
If this had been a murder case, it'd have been done and dusted now. The court would have to acquit it because of the evidence that's involved, and it'd be finished. It'd be finished. There'd be no ifs and buts now.
It is a murder case, mate. They've just ruined it. They've just murdered the football.
I'll tell you what.
How can it be taken serious after this?
I know.
Talking of cases and what have you, obviously it's coming to the press this week. What do you think of that with Bernard Mendy?
Well, I think we've got to be careful what we say because he's still two things.
They say it's a retrial, but aren't there 2 extra charges that he's not been trialed for yet? Then
no, they couldn't come to a conclusion on it. So I
did see on the Wednesday, or they'd been out for something like 13 days, and then the judge said, "Okay, I can
accept a majority."
Majority, yeah. And then obviously the decision came, and I remember saying to my mate that something's not right here. They can't all agree on it.
Yeah.
It's not clear cut, was it? It was a. I'm not listening.
What happened?
Nobody's gonna win this one, are they? Nobody's a winner out of it.
No.
For what we know, for what has come out so far, he's been found not guilty then, hasn't he? So he's been found not guilty, so we've got to take that as not guilty. I just think for me that what they're doing, him and his mate and whatever, is just so immoral. Should we put it that way? Should we say?
Yeah, it is immoral.
There might have been no legal problem, as in, he's found not guilty of this. But moral-wise, you've got. But I don't want him at the club.
Well, I spoke to you before, Paul, about Mendy, and what he's living like. He's been in the Tunnel Club, and people in the Tunnel Club have told me about what he's like, what he does, and it's disgusting what he does.
Yeah.
It's just no respect for women whatsoever.
No.
So the thing is, he's been found not guilty. But he's probably done a lot of stuff that he is guilty of. But it's not in a court of law. It's not going to. Never going to come up.
If the likes of us 3 men on this thing find wrong, immoral.
Yep.
Yeah. But to him and his cronies, it seems like, and there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it about. That they find it's fair game.
Yeah, they probably treat women like a piece of meat.
Exactly. And to as a father and a grandfather and a respecter of women, I find it disgusting and immoral. Whether he's been done anything illegally wrong, he's one of them. He's obviously not, has he? He's been found not guilty, so we've got to say, from a legal standpoint.
The thing is, though, it's like, if it was 1, that's bad enough. 2's. How many?
It's a game they were playing. They were playing a game, weren't they? They were playing a game.
How many was there in the end? 7 charges.
That is the problem, because there were so many.
Yeah.
That's what makes it look I think that's probably why he's got not guilty, because there's been so many.
Yeah, there was at least 10 different women giving evidence against him.
So it looks like a conspiracy kind of thing, doesn't it?
They're not all lying, and I'm not suggesting for a second any of them are. But when you've got 10 pieces of evidence against you, is it a lifestyle?
I know, but it's how the evidence comes across. And even reading it, you know, unfortunately, because of who he was or is, it came across that he was an easy target to do this to.
Yeah.
Now, there might well be truth in everything that's been said about what he did and didn't do, but when it's hard to kind of justify it and to kind of, you know, the people I feel sorry for, particularly if he has done it, I know he's been found not guilty, but if there's any element of truth in it, the women that have been through this, because they're not going to get justice for this now, and they're going to be seen as liars, and people are going to want to see them suffer.
Yeah. Well, you look at social media, and everybody say, right, they should be named and shamed and blah blah blah. They've ruined his career. He's done everything. They've obviously not seen Mendy play, because if they'd have seen him play, he ruined his own career. He didn't need any of these women to from that.
No, he didn't.
But no, I think unfortunately it sums up society as a whole. This particular case, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but you just know that these bits of stuff in there that the women have got to take a bit of. So I've got to be really careful, because people jump on your throats and this.
No, but I would say the word you're looking for is
responsibility, something like that.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You've got to take responsibility for your own actions. And, you know, if you go out, and when we go out as mates, you go out on your own, you go out as a team, you come back as a team. You don't leave anyone behind. I know my daughters, we've brought them up to do the same. You go out with a mate, one cops off with a lad who she doesn't know. They get in a taxi with her and she comes home. They don't go off because you don't know who they are. They might start off with all good intentions, and then the next thing you know, it turns like this. So, again, I'm trying to pick my words very carefully, because people do jump down your throat and it's sometimes people's explanations are completely wrong, and I've listened to some comments that are just disgusting. What they're saying about the girls, but sometimes you've got to take responsibility for your own actions. And if millionaire Benjamin Mendy, footballer for Man City, invited me back to his house for a party, you're not going playing tiddlywinks, are you?
No.
But I'm not saying, you shouldn't be allowed to go back to his house. And if you say no, you mean no. I accept that. But you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. And it's a lesson to everybody. It's a lesson to everybody. Like I said at the beginning, there's no winners. There's no winners in stuff like this. It's a disgusting thing that's gone on.
Yeah.
Dirty.
And on that note, I think we'll finish.
On that happy note.
Yeah, on that happy note.
We got a game at weekend.
We've got a game at weekend.
Wolves on Sunday, 2 o'clock.
Wolves on Sunday.
Oh, there's another one we don't like.
Oh, God.
No, we've done all right with Wolves recently.
I don't know, I seem to be remember we were 2-0 up, weren't we? And then it all went wrong. Maybe
I just wish.
Miserable son.
I hope we could have a lovely podcast on Sunday after the game, and we're talking about like
after 6 points.
Hey, I tell you what, even that's gone wrong. The podcast. He's going to be back, isn't he, little bod?
Oh, he will, won't he? Yeah.
Oh, you can't even look forward to the PUBcasting piece anymore.
I'll be there with him. He'll be there flicking his hair about with his Colgate smile like that. Oh.
Yeah, here's one. Here's an old joke to get us. Yeah, with his Phil okay.
Oh, my good lady wife has just brought me a half. Well, it's end of show drink now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We're definitely right on that. We remember everything from the 70s and the 80s and the bad times and all that. But what happened last week?
Oh, Phil Oakey, yeah.
I can't remember what happened last week.
I reckon you used to have one of them made, John. Not John Baker, a Phil Oakey.
Still got one. It's just
Yeah. Now it's more Phil Collins.
Albert Steptoe.
Right, let's see, we've ended on a happy note.
Yes, we have. And here's the 3 points on Thursday.
Yeah, good to see you.
And no controversial decisions.
No,
please.
Let's nail them spuds. 3-0.
I might even wear me T-shirt with R on the back.
I think his new. I think his new formation. Look out for this one: 4 defenders, 3 midfields, no forwards, 3 goal hangers. 4-3-0-3. You've heard it here.
Exactly. Yeah, you've heard it first. I love it. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Pep didn't do something like that, just to stick 2 fingers up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because it's the
kind of thing he'd do.
It?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What he'd do.
Yeah. So let's keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Right.
See what they do. Have a
Thanks
great
for
week,
a wonderful podcast.
Yeah.
See you now.
Thanks,
Take care.
Billy.
And we'll speak to you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.